how to produce 200 indigenous chicken every month like a boss. In this video, I'm going to show you how much you'll need in order to rear 200 indigenous chicken every month. That means that you're going to have around 6 batches of 200 indigenous chicken for 1 year. And this video I'm going to show you how much you'll need and how much profit you're going to make out of this kind of setup or business. So let's begin. In this business, you're going to require 2 kinds of inputs. You're going to require personal input and environmental input. For personal input, you're going to be passionate about what you want to do, this indigenous chicken farming, and 2, you're going to have a business mindset and on how you're going to market your products on your target market. And number 3, you're going to be committed, because indigenous chicken rearing usually takes around 6 months for pure indigenous and 4 to 5 months. You're going to be committed to ensure that you take these chicks from when they are old to until they reach maturity. So you have to be there each and every day to see them throughout the process. 4, you are going to require some little capital to start, because you cannot start a business without even having capital. And for the second kind of input, it is the environmental input. You need water. This water should be clean water, and you're going to need veterinary services so that you can provide medical services to your chicks when they will be sick. And number 3, you're going to ensure that there's a ready market for this chicken, or find a market whereby you're going to be selling those 200 indigenous chicken every month. The pure indigenous chicken usually takes 6 months, whereas the improved indigenous chicken usually takes 4 to 5 months to mature. The primary objective of producing these 200 indigenous chickens every month is to sell the chicken meat, because we know that this meat from indigenous chicken or local chicken is of high demand in the market, and it fetches high amount of money compared to broilers. And for a hen which is already matured, either it is 6 months or 4 to 5 months, it usually fetches around $5 to $6, or Kenya shillings 500 to 600. In this video, I'm going to be only showing the dollars so that I can ensure, even if you are watching from a different country which is not Kenya, you can follow along and be able to understand what is happening in this business. And if you are Kenyan, you can just see the amount in Kenyan shillings. And for the cocks, it will cost $8 to $10 for a matured cock. Steps to follow on the requirements that you're going to need in order to ensure that this business becomes a successful business. You're going to need chicks. Another question you're going to ask yourself: where are you going to get these day-old chicks? The number 2, housing. How are you going to construct your housing to facilitate or to accommodate these 200 chickens, which are going to be around 1,200 chickens at a farm at one time? You're going to have that amount of number. Also, you're going to ask yourself a question: if you're going to feed your chickens with feed formulation, or you're going to buy commercial feeds. Also, I'm going to show you how you can formulate your simple feeds so that you can cut down on the cost. And 4th, I'm going to show you the vaccination schedule that you're going to use to ensure that your chickens do not become sick. Let's start with the housing. Because we are going to be bringing in day-old chicks every month for 6 months so that we can stock all your housing, we are going to have a general construction measurement of 60 feet by 20 feet. And this, you're going to divide this housing into 6 compartments so that by the time By the time you are bringing new chicks, you have a space where you can put your chicks, and by the time these chicks are maturing into mature chicken hens or cock, they can be able to take in the market, and then you bring in new after the period of 6 to 5 months. So we are going to divide this into 6 compartments. And after dividing this 60 feet into 6 parts, you're going to get 10 feet. You're going to be being 10 feet by 20 feet. All these compartments will be measuring 10 feet by 20 feet. So yeah. And then for brooding, you're going to be brooding your chickens or your day-old chicks on a different structure, so that you can so that after brooding you can be taking your chicks to the different compartments. You bring in new chicks, and then you brood them, and then after brooding you take them to the first compartment. Then you bring in new chicks, and then after brooding them, take to the second compartment, like that until you reach the 6th compartment. I made a video on the requirements that you're going to need during the brooding process, so you can check that video. It is in this channel. I'm going to put a link on the description of this video. Also, I made a video on how you can ensure that your chicks do not die. Also, I link that video up in the description of this video. And this kind of structure is going to ensure that every hen or cock, that is a chicken, has a space of 1 square feet. This 1 square feet will ensure that there's easy movement of the chicken, easy feeding, and you're able to have enough space to do the exercises where you're going to source with your chicks. You can either go with buying day-old chicks from reputable hatcheries, or you can incubate your own chicks by getting eggs which are fertilized either from your flock of parent stocks or by buying fertilized eggs from farmers. And if you are going to keep the parent stocks, ensure that you have 1 cock for every 10 hens. And I made a video about the egg incubation business. You can check it out in this channel, and I will also link up a video in the description of this video.
Each chick goes for $1, so 200 chicks will cost $200.
Feeding. 70% of the total cost that you're going to incur as a poultry farmer and in this business will be from the feeding cost, buying the feeds or making your own feeds. And from day 1 to 2 months, you're going to feed this indigenous chicken with formulated feeds. And I'm going to show you a feed formulation procedure. And from 3 months to 6 months, you're going to free range your chickens, and in the free range you'll be able to eat the grass and insects from the field. Also you're going to feed your chickens with kitchen refuse or kitchen leftovers. And I made a video on what you should not feed your chickens, so go check it out so that you cannot make a mistake when it comes to this. Also, you're going to substitute these two with some formulated feeds. Here is a simple feed formulation, and you're going to, in this feed formulation, we have 5 ingredients that you're going to use to make that 70 kg bag. You're going to have maize, which you're going to have 34 kgs, maize germ 10 kgs, cotton seed cake or sunflower cake 12 kgs, fish meal or omena. If you are Kenyan, you know what omena is, and if you're not Kenyan, maybe you can use fish meal 8 kgs, lime 6 kgs. That will make a total of 70 kgs, and I would advise you not to make feeds in bulk. Just make in small parts so that the feeds cannot lose its nutritional value over time. Feeds consumption and cost. In the first 2 months, the chicks for the chick, one chick will be able to consume 1.5 kgs of feeds, and for the 200 chicks, when you multiply what one chick will be able to eat, that is 1.5, we are going to require 300 kilograms of feeds. These 300 kilograms make about 4 bags of 70 kgs feeds, and from the 3rd to 6th month we are going to need 1000 kilograms of feeds, and this is also the period that you are going to be substituting these feeds with free range chicken keeping and feeding with kitchen refuse. And this 1000 kilograms can make up 14 bags of 70 kilograms of feeds. And when we add the 4 bags plus the 14 bags, we're going to have a total of 18 bags of 70 kg feed sacks. This is what the 200 chickens will be able to consume. The average cost of 1 bag of the simple formulated feed is usually $15. So $15 or 1500 Kenya shillings multiplied by 18 bags, we are going to have $270. Vaccination program. You're going to vaccinate your chicks at the different stages of their lives, and you're going to vaccinate with using different types of vaccines and the mode of administration that you're going to use. So you can pause, go through the vaccination program. So let's get to the next place of this video. Profit. What amount of profit are you going to make? So we bought the chicks $200, we bought the feeds $270. This feeds is for 200 birds, and also had veterinary services and drugs which costed $100. For housing, I will discuss this more nearly at the end of this video, so please tag along. And for the total cost for the chicks, feeds, vet services, we had a total cost of $570, and you're going to multiply this by the 6 batches of birds that you are going to bring into the poultry farm. And on multiply this, you're going to have $3,420, and you're going to assume that in these 200 chickens that we are going to raise in one batch, 90% of them will survive. Therefore, we'll have 180 chickens, and suppose half of this 180 are hens and half are cocks. Therefore, we are going to multiply 90 hens multiplied by $6 or 600 Kenya shillings. That will be $540, and for cocks, we are going to sell them at 800 Kenya shillings or $8, and that will give us $720. The sales of selling the indigenous chicken will be $1,260, and when multiplied by the 6 batches of 200 birds that we're going to bring into the poultry farm, we are going to have a total sales of $7,560. Now let's get the profit that we are going to make in this business. This is the amount of money that we got after we sold our birds, and this amount of money that we spent to cater for the 6 batches. Also, this amount of money that we got from the 6 batches. If we subtract, this is the sales, and this is the expense. expense is written, yeah, expense, and that will give us a profit of $4,140. And why I told you that we are not going to calculate the housing cost, because the different kind of the materials that you're going to use, you can either use a stone structure or a iron sheet structure with timber. That's why I've not calculated the cost of housing in this video. And I believe that the cost of housing cannot go above 1,000 USD, and if you can subtract that from this, I see you can make a profit also. Yeah, so